When he becomes deportable, he is going to get deported, and he needs to be deported now. That's what you get when you have an extremist judge or judges that legislate from the bench. And that's the very thing we're trying to stop here in the homeland.
Kilmar Abrego Garcia agreed to be deported to Costa Rica months ago. Costa Rica agreed to accept him months ago. The one and only reason that Abrego has remained in the United States since being brought back from El Salvador on a judge's order is because the Trump administration doesn't want to send him to Costa Rica. And the only reason they don't want to send him to Costa Rica is because that isn't cruel enough for their taste. They made him a symbol of their larger deportation project, and therefore they want to make sure that deporting him is as cruel and painful as possible. All to entertain their MAGA base and fulfill their bloodlust. That's it. That's the only reason. They have demonized immigrants so viciously that Trump supporters will no longer settle for basic bureaucratic deportation. Now that MAGA sees every immigrant as dangerous gangbangers, they expect deportation to be about retribution, a public punishment for their sick public entertainment. So deporting Abrego Garcia to Costa Rica, a country where he speaks the language and he doesn't have to worry about being tortured, isn't good enough because it isn't painful enough. It doesn't dehumanize Abrego enough for the likes of Trump and Stephen Miller. That's why the Trump administration keeps trying to deport him to random countries in Africa, despite the fact that some of those countries never even agreed to accept American deportees in the first place. And it's why the countries they keep choosing are places where Abrego Garcia would be at serious risk of physical danger or removal to El Salvador, where he was previously tortured. They would literally rather not deport Abrego Garcia at all than be forced to deport him somewhere where he might actually be safe. And if hearing that doesn't make you at least a little bit sick to your stomach, then none of this has ever actually been about enforcing immigration laws for you. Just like with freaks like Trump and Stephen Miller, it's always just been about wanting to hurt people that you see as below you as much as possible. And that makes you repulsive.